Hi there, my name is JP Ray and I'm with Star Real Estate, and I want to thank you for continuing on to part 2 of our pricing video. Now in this video, we're going to go through all the innermost details of what goes into making your home worth on the open market what it's worth, and why overpricing is not a good way to go, and the dangers of, well, just accepting anybody's idea of what your home is truly worth. So we're going to go into everything that goes through into making up exactly what your home is worth, and that way when we're done with this video segment, you'll have a solid foundational understanding of why the recommended price on the comparative market analysis and agreement is the way it is. And then at that point, you and I, when we meet, we'll be able to discuss the finer points of the property and what things haven't been compensated for in the suggested price that we have there. And then at that point, you and I will make one of 3 decisions. We'll either choose to go forward and list and sell the home, we'll choose to not sell the home at all, or 3, we'll choose to try some other method. Now, any of those 3 is fine with me, but I want to make sure that from me, you get the most accurate and solid information based on the facts, so that way you can make the best decision for you, and I can make the best decision for what is going to really, maximize the profit potential for our sale, both in your net check and, of course, making it happen in a reasonable amount of time and as smooth and stress-free as possible. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this over to the computer screen, and we're going to go side by side through everything that makes up the actual value of your home. Okay, so we're going to go over what it takes to price your home correctly to sell, and to sell for the most money possible. Now, first thought is, how will you choose your realtor? Are you going to choose them based on their services and their plan for marketing and selling your home? Or are you going to choose the agent who just focuses on promising you a certain market price? Now keep in mind, a realtor has no control over the market conditions, only their marketing plan. So you should never select a realtor based on the price that they promise you. You need to select a realtor based on the criteria about their company, the experience of that salesperson, and the services that they provide. Never base your choice on price alone. A realtor has absolutely no control over the market conditions. It would be smarter to select a realtor first and then agree on the price afterwards. Don't allow your agent to bump up the price just to obtain your listing. True professionals will give you the truthful feedback and accurate information so that you can price your home to sell even in this market. First, let's go over how we evaluate property. Now, there's several housekeeping things that I want to cover first. Price is, of course, the stated amount an owner is willing to accept for a property. The cost is the actual amount that was paid for the property, plus any of the capital improvements that were made since the purchase. The value is the amount a buyer is willing to pay given a certain set of circumstances. So of course now you're asking, what circumstances are we talking about? Well, first and foremost, you've heard the saying location matters, and yes, it matters. You could have a great property, but if it's right next door to a dump, it's going to be worth tremendously less. So location always matters. If you back up to a highway or a busy thoroughfare, it's going to be worth less than it would be if you're on, say, a cul-de-sac location. So location always matters. Cost of getting money, the interest rates, your closing costs, PMI, other things, all this will affect the ultimate buying power for your buyer, and this will definitely affect your net bottom line that you receive in the end as well. The number of available buyers. In a buyer's market, obviously the buyers have the upper hand. They have the literally their pick and choose of anybody in anybody's house that they want. in a seller's market, the number of available buyers is extremely high versus the number of available properties. So that definitely will play into facts as far as what the bottom line final value of your home truly is, as well as the exposure to the market. We have to expose it to enough buyers to get a fantastic offer. So the number of available buyers will always play into this. The number of available homes, competition versus scarcity. This plays back into whether it's a buyer's or seller's market. And that's why it matters, because in the end, that will matter to your bottom line price. Now, the other thing I want to go over is the effects of regression or progression. Now, the effects of regression and progression. Regression is the decrease in value when your home is surrounded by smaller houses. So if you have the largest house on a block of smaller homes, your house per square foot will be worth less than the smaller homes. And this is an example of regression. Next is the law of progression. Progression is an increase in value when your home is surrounded by larger homes. So if you have the smaller home in an area of larger homes, then statistically, your home price per square foot will be greater than those of your neighbors. So you're going to realize a better overall value for your home. And that's how regression and progression can dramatically affect the overall value of your home. Now, market value, I think, is something that we really are trying to get down to. And this is the amount that will bring a sale between a willing buyer and a willing seller. And it's based on a history of similar properties that have recently sold in the area. Now, the process of substitution refers to the actual value of an amenity, and that value is determined not by the cost that's invested in the property, but by the value that is really received from it. Now, in this example here, we have two homes. One home is worth $200,000 and has a $7,000 well. The other home is exactly the same size, same age, same condition, same location, but the well is $15,000 to put in. What would its value be? And the answer is $200,000. Why is that the case? Because both wells deliver the same thing, water. If one delivered vodka or Bud Light, then of course it would be worth a lot more. But both wells deliver water, and that, at the end of the day, means that the other house is also worth $200,000. I had one example of a client just recently who was, bursting at the seams. He put a tankless water heater in his home, and he was all happy about it. He said, "Well, that means it's worth more." I said, "Not necessarily." I said, "The reality is that every house that we're basing this on has hot water, right?" And he smiled and he said, "Yeah, you're right." I said, "So unless that hot water heater has some other feature that's going to be of benefit to your buyer, all they get in the end is hot water out of the tap. So there's no value increase there." So that's where substitution comes into play. Now, if you add a pool, then yes, there is a value increase because the buyer is now getting the use and benefit of a pool versus not having one. So that's how substitution can work for us, and it can also work against us. Now, next is how we go about exposing your home to the open market. And there are a lot of different examples of things that agents do all over the page. And some of them, they just throw a dartboard or take a shotgun approach and try a little of everything. Now, since 2004, I have done studies. I've also worked with NAR and gotten their reports on exactly where buyers come from. So what we did is we did our homework, like we always do. And we looked at where buyers truly come from. And so this is going to kind of give you an idea of what and why we spend our marketing dollars in certain places and not in others. Now, first and foremost, we said it before, but I don't know if you've seen this video or not. The agent that comes to you and says, "We're going to do open houses every weekend until it sells," they're lying to you. there is, statistically speaking, this is over North America, both US and Canada, both sides, there is a 1% chance that the person that comes to your open house will actually buy your house. And let me say that again. There's a 1% chance of the person coming into your home at an open house that they will actually buy the house. So, why do agents every weekend without fail, Saturday and Sunday both, do open houses? It's because they need buyers. They want buyers. They want to sell a house. But the reality is that agent, truthfully, that agent doesn't care whether they sell your house or one of the other 10 listings that they have, or one of the other 400 houses that are on the market competing against your house right now. They don't care which house they sell. They just want to sell a house. When you hire us, when you hire me, what I am focused on doing is selling your house. I will hold a broker open for your house. That way we get the top agents in the area to come and visit your house and be made aware of all of its features and all the things that it has to offer. But we will not be doing open house after open house on any of my homes that I market and sell. And the reason for that is that my dedication is to you and selling your home, not just going out on the market and selling any home that I can. My responsibility is to get your home sold. So, open houses, although you see them done by a lot of different agents, they don't sell that house. At the end of the day, that's what you want. You want your house sold. You could care less about the other houses that sell. The other thing that open houses do is you'll see a lot of the top agents will have their names on open house signs all around. And one of two things will happen. Either one, you go to that open house, you don't find that top agent there. They're at home. They're not out sitting the open house. And two, the person that is sitting the house is usually a newer agent, usually someone who's starving or looking for business or just getting started. There's nothing wrong with that. But understand, the reality is they're looking for a sale, not that sale. And the other part of it that it will do is it also builds brand awareness for that top agent. It makes them look like they do everything under the sun when it actually is not them. That's the strategy behind it. That's, the reality of the open houses, and that's why I want to be honest with you, is because we will not do open houses for your house. And the reason is because it opens your house up, it makes it a security risk, and in the end of the day, it has a 1% chance of success. Why would you do that? Why would we kick you out of your home on the weekend when you want to relax when the real buyers are out looking during the week? Now, the next one that you see so many agents do is that they advertise in the paper, they advertise in the glossy magazines. There's only a 3% chance that the person that sees your home advertised in one of those areas will actually buy the home. Why is that important? Again, it's just like the open house. The agents that are marketing are putting those houses in the paper, and you'll notice some of them are sold, some of them are in escrow, and they still put them in the paper. Why? Because they're building their brand, they're building their activity, and all they are revolving their business around is just selling a house. They don't care if they sell their listing, or if they've already got it listed, they're still going to try and sell another house off of that. My commitment with my marketing dollars to you is to spend it on things that are 100% effective on selling your home. Why would you spend big time dollars for only a 3% chance of selling anybody's home? Not a good use of money, unless you're just there for the shotgun approach to sell anything. Again, my commitment is to you. So, 3% chance of buying an advertised property that's in a paper or on a magazine. You're not going to find your listing in a paper or on a magazine. I don't do things that are ineffective, and that's why. Now the next one, this is where it starts to get interesting. Name or firm recognition or salesperson contact, 13%. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. 13%. That means that 13% of the people that are looking for a home, their initial introduction to your home is through the salesperson or because they recognize the brand of the firm that they're working for. Star is second to none in this area as far as name firm recognition. And salesperson contact means this. What we do, as soon as your listing is on the market, we put it in front of all of the top agents that work buyers in the area. Why would you try and mass market it just to every realtor in the world? You wouldn't. But we make a personal invitation to the top active buyers agents that actually close deals in the area, and we invite them to bring their buyers directly to the sale. The funny thing is most of these other agents that are doing hundreds and hundreds of deals a year, they don't do this part of it. Why? Because they don't care. They're going to shotgun a bunch of money out because it's easy. It's passive. This is where it becomes active. We do active marketing. The next one is the for sale sign, the yard sign. It is not an option. If you have a homeowners association that says you have to have a specific type of sign, that's fine, but we will still be doing a sign. A for sale sign brings 18% of the buyers. So 18% of that drove by, saw the sign, and said, hey, let's take a look at this house, let's find out about it, we like the area, and then they find the house. So, for sale sign is not an optional thing, it will be done. We also do it with this difference. We put information seeking things on there so that when somebody drives by and they want to find out more information about the house, they have to not just pick up a flyer, they have to either call or text or do some sort of interactive thing to be able to get more information about your home. Why is that important? Okay, a flyer in a box will never generate dialogue. Dialogue has to happen before the sale can happen. With that dialogue, whether it's them getting information and I get their phone number and I do my job and go to work and follow up with them, you need to make sure that dialogue happens, that everything that we do is proactive. Flyers are passive. I have no idea who picks a flyer out of your box. No way of finding out who that person is, following up with them as to whether they're interested, whether they've been qualified, nothing. So, no flyers, but we will have the technology on the for sale sign to start creating a dialogue. Now the next one is where it really gets interesting. Today, people are more connected than ever. The internet brings in the lion's share of potential qualified buyers. 65% of everybody who buys a home has started or has found out about the home online. Why is this important to you? Because we have the digital marketing strategy that is second to none. It allows us to be able to then present your home in its best possible light through photo and video usage to be able to get the information and the emotion piqued in the buyer's interest. So that way now they take the next step and either call us and find out more information or schedule an appointment to see the home. Or they call their agent and say, hey, we want to see this house. If they're emotionally piqued enough to say, yes, we want to go see that house, now, then at that point, once the house has the right buyer in it, now all we need to do is make sure the house is in the proper condition and everything else will fall into place. This is where we excel above everybody else. You will see some of them do some things right. You will see others that do nothing right when it comes to online. And then you will take a look at us and the digital marketing package that I'm going to go over here, and you'll see why hiring us means you get your home exposed in the best possible way to the right type of buyer clientele. So it's very important to understand, this is where you're going to see your home and see it showcased. Now we're going to go over true or false in common real estate myths. First one is the top agent sells a lot of real estate, but they're probably too busy to pay attention to my listing. And that's not necessarily true. Just as great restaurants are always busy and superior doctors have a heavy patient load, top agents successfully are always marketing and selling homes as a result of a busy schedule. But like a good restaurant and the top doctors, those top agents have assembled a team of top-notch people that assist with all the details. And the result is an outstanding experience. From beginning to end, customer service and support is critical. and the long list of satisfied clients will speak for itself. And the reality is, I've been doing this since 2004. I have the people in place to take care of you, even if I'm not personally available at that exact moment you need a question answered. We're still here. We still have all the people in place to make sure your transaction from beginning to end gets all the attention and detail that it needs. Next, a discount broker can do just as well and save me money. And nothing could be further from the truth. We're all familiar with Walmart, the biggest retailer in the world, bar none, and they have all the same great products and services that you can get at other places, but you're paying less, right? Okay, well, if that were the case, and the discounted brokers had all the same services and did just as good a job and got just as great a result, and they've been doing this now for, the discount broker model has been around for over 20 years. Why is it then that they're not the dominant force in the marketplace? And the answer is that you're really not getting the same services and not getting the same results. Folks, at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. If you pay for a top-notch service, that's what you'll receive. If you go with a discounted bargain basement discount service, then that's also the same level of service you're going to receive as a discounted service. So successfully marketing a property in this competitive marketplace, it takes skill and it takes resources. All the promotional costs, photos, all the signage, advertising, the fees, the MLS fees, any of the direct mail, the videography, everything is done for by the top agents, even the technology for the back office. It all has to be paid for. How will a discount broker have a staff to personally tend to your specific needs and get all those needs taken care of if they don't have the funds to do it? Do they have a proven record of success? Or are they just lowering the commission to try and win a little bit of business? Do they have the expertise to guide you through tough problems and through any type of situation that may arise and be able to develop a truly winning strategy to get you through and close of escrow? Remember, you actually pay only a commission if and when your property actually sells. Many sellers have found out that their commission with a discount broker was really zero because their home never sold. So it is interesting really to note that a discount broker does not have a dominant market share in any major city in either the US or in Canada. Now, rest assured, commissions are never fixed, and they are based on an agreement between the seller and the agent. I should select the agent that suggests the highest price. And I think we've already gone over this several times, but I think it bears saying again. You know, this is the oldest scam in the real estate business. Tell the seller what they want to hear. Compliment the home. Agree to list it at an unrealistically high price just to get the listing. And then after you have it listed for a few weeks, you just start telling the seller they need to reduce the price week after week after week. Now let me ask you, is that how you really want business to be done? You want somebody badgering you to lower the price every week? Who would? Now, top agents, they don't play any games. I don't go through and try and tell you a pie-in-the-sky figure. I provide a well-researched, computerized market analysis to determine the true realistic price that your home can achieve and will bear in today's marketplace. Now that decision then rests with you and me as to whether we will or will not list the property and then ultimately sell the property. And that price can either literally make or break this transaction. So when somebody asks me to price it higher and we can come down later, that's a sign that maybe we're not completely and totally committed to the actual sales process. Now, what you want to do is really best to do it this way. Select your agent based on their credentials, their track record, and then decide on the price. never select an agent based on the price that they suggest. They're not the ones setting the price. The market is. The market will always dictate your price. Okay, now this is a big one. Property condition is not that important to buyers. Wrong. Nothing could be further from the truth. A property that is in superior condition, it will sell faster, it will sell for a higher price, and it will not last on the market. It will get competitive offers and probably bring a more and higher price. So at the end of the day, the actual condition of your property is paramount. And you and I will go through and we will review room by room the entire house. What things need to be done and what things can be kind of covered up and what things we just need to compensate for in price. Not everything needs to be fixed, but keep in mind, 9 times out of 10, it is far better to make sure it is done and done right before the buyer sets foot in the home and rather than fix it up afterwards. Now, buyers purchase properties that are the most appealing. It's an emotional process. That's why so much time is involved in the photography, in the videography, and all the marketing. It's an emotional thing. And if the home is in fantastic condition and has a reasonable asking price, it will always top the buyer's list. Sellers that invest in necessary repairs and keep their home clean and fresh are always going to reap the rewards. Now, the next one is pricing the home is a mysterious process. And nothing can be further from the truth. Your home, it will sell for what the market will bear. And to determine the range of value for your home, it takes a solid knowledge of the market because every home is unique. Your home will sell for nearly or about the same as any of the high and low end range of homes that are like it in the same market conditions, depending on those specific attributes like the location and the condition. Some things we can't change. The location of the home will never change. If it backs up to a busy highway or a busy roadway, it won't change. If it has a desirable location, like it's at a cul-de-sac location, or it backs up to a waterway or a greenway, that's going to be more desirable. The top agents will utilize a computerized database along with years of experience to help you to decide exactly what price to set. This is not simple, but it's not mysterious either. At the end of the day, we sell your home for top dollar and we sell it fast. Here's why. The Ultimate Marketing Program, it is a success that is measured in history. It's not a promise. Now, again, if you interview an agent with a more aggressive marketing program for your home, hire them. But at the end of the day, we have literally thousands of homes that are available for sale, and your home needs to have that edge against every one of them. You need to have somebody who understands exactly where the market is, exactly what the price should be, and exactly how to effectively get your home in front of the audience that is going to bring us the best possible price. So, at the end of the day, we offer honest and professional advice to you regarding the marketability of your home, the price, everything. Truth is hard to get, but we will do that. You need to beware of the devious agents. This is from Consumer Reports. To beware that some devious agents will at first suggest a very handsome price, but then after they have the listing and the house hasn't sold, they'll come back and pitch a lower price. Folks, if Consumer Reports is warning you guys against it, wouldn't you think that if I were trying to pull something here on you, that I would bring light to this? No, of course not. Our track record speaks for itself. Star Real Estate and everybody in this area knows 46% of the homes in the area are sold with Star. Now, we also sell for an average of 3.1% more than the average realtor in the market area. This could mean literally the difference of $20,000 or more dollars in your pocket at the time of close. Now, getting sold and for the highest and best possible price, that's what we're after, year after year. And again, I've been doing this since 2004 as a full-time profession. This is my business. This is not just a hobby or a part-time job. And that is what you need, is a full-time, committed, customer service-oriented realtor. Now, why is that important? Customer service. We help eliminate the stress involved with it. There's stress points all throughout this process. We try and help anticipate those that are going to be painful, get you aware of them up front, and we provide a high level of service from start to finish through the entire process, and it is comparable to none other. We offer exclusive buyer and seller programs to make your home stand out among all the other competition on the market. And we have a team of people that are working on your behalf that will help you from start to finish to ensure you get everything done in time. And we communicate about it every week. We tell you exactly what the status is and what's going on at every point of the way. You don't want to get left in the dark. Even if the job is getting done, you don't want this to be something where you have no idea what's going on. We never stop communicating until the job is done. And even after that, you're still going to hear from us because we know you have ties back to this area. And we want to make sure that everything, even after the move, is gone flawless. The next thing that you will see that is different with us is we actively prospect for potential buyers every day. We look for buyers every day. That means there's over 200 outgoing contacts every day. We have a database of active buyers that are in the market, warm calling, move-up neighborhoods. We do data mining in the area, meaning that most people that buy a home, it's usually about 20% plus or minus of the price that they're in right now, and usually about a 12 to 20 mile radius of where they're at right now. We proactively go for those buyers in that demographic, and we look for those buyers. 90% of the buyers purchase their home through a real estate professional. Now, wouldn't it make sense to make your business happen with one who is actually actively looking for your customer every day? So, okay, that's it. That's pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to go over the pricing in detail on the competitive market analysis. That's what we've provided here in this email. You'll find not only are you going to see all the disclosures for the condition of the home and what things have happened to it since you've owned it, but you'll also see the contract there for listing your home with me, and you're also going to find the competitive market analysis, and that is the computerized assessment of what the competition looks like when compared to your home, so that we now understand why there is a price on there that we suggest. And so then at that point, when we meet, you and I will be able to sit down, we'll be able to answer any and all questions you might have that haven't been answered here, and then we'll be able to go through and take a look at the actual price that we set on the home and the time frame that we need to be within to make sure that your home sells in the time you need it to sell in. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks so much. Okay, well, that wraps up the innermost details of pricing your home. And as you see, there's a lot of things that go into the whole method of coming up with that eventual sales price. But it's not rocket science. There's a lot of detail there, but the details are very simple. And when they're broken down this way, as you can see, then they're easy to understand. But not everybody takes the time to tell you that kind of truth and give you that level of detail that we have here. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to talking to you soon at our future appointment. Thanks so much.